Hey everyone, welcome back to Next Level English. It's your go-to podcast for real English in real life. I'm Maya, and guess what? Today we're heading straight to one of my favorite places in the world, a cafe.
And I'm Tom. I can almost smell the coffee already. In today's episode, English at the Cafe, we're going to explore all the useful words, expressions, and polite phrases you can use when ordering, chatting, or even complaining, politely of course, at a cafe.
So get your coffee, your notebook, and maybe a pastry, because by the end of this episode, you'll sound like a confident cafe goer anywhere in the English-speaking world.
Stay tuned because we'll also share cultural tips and common mistakes to avoid so you never accidentally order 10 cups instead of one.
Okay, let's imagine this. You walk into a cozy cafe, you hear music playing softly, smell freshly brewed coffee, and see a smiling barista behind the counter. What do you say? A lot of English learners freeze in that moment, right?
Oh, definitely. Many learners know the words but panic when it's time to use them naturally. So today, we'll give you the full experience from walking in, ordering, drinking, chatting, and even leaving the cafe.
Exactly. Let's start simple. In English-speaking countries, you usually greet politely when you walk up to the counter. You can say, "Hi, how are you?" or "Hi there." Nothing too formal.
Right. And if the barista says, "Hi, how are you?" the natural response is, "Good, thanks, and you?" These little exchanges make a big difference. It makes the interaction warm and friendly.
Let's repeat that for our listeners. Hi, how are you? Good, thanks. And you? Simple, but powerful.
So, Maya, let's walk through the ordering part. This is where people often feel nervous.
True. The most common structure is "can I have" or "I'd like," followed by your order. For example, "can I have a latte, please?" or "I'd like a cappuccino, please."
Exactly. And if you want to sound even more natural, you can add tone and small fillers. For example, "Hi, can I have a medium latte, please?" Or, "Hey, I'd like an iced coffee, please." Don't forget the please. It's small but really important in English politeness.
Yes, and pronunciation tip, when you say "can I have," it often sounds like "can I's" in fast speech. So a native might say, "can I have a latte, please?" It's okay if you don't pronounce it that way, but it's good to recognize when you hear it.
That's such a useful point. And if you want to change something like non-dairy milk, you can say, "Can I have a cappuccino with oat milk? Can you make that decaf? Could I get it to go?" which means takeaway.
Let's repeat those slowly for learners. Can I have a cappuccino with oat milk? Can you make that decaf? Could I get it to go? Those are so common in real life. Remember them.
Now, the tricky part comes when the barista asks you questions, right?
Oh, yes. Sometimes they speak really fast, or the cafe is noisy. Let's go through common questions you might hear.
Sure. You might hear for here or to go, meaning do you want to drink it here or take away? What size would you like? Small, medium, large? Would you like anything to eat with that?
Perfect. And great tip. If you don't catch what they say, it's totally okay to ask them to repeat. You can say, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" Or "I didn't catch that." That sounds friendly and natural.
Definitely better than saying what, which can sound a bit rude in English.
Exactly. So remember, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" A must-have phrase.
All right, let's spice things up with some cafe-related idioms and expressions you might hear in conversation.
Ooh, I love this part. So, one expression you'll hear is "spill the beans." It means to reveal a secret.
Right, like, come on, spill the beans. What happened last night? Another one is full of beans, which means full of energy. For example, you're really full of beans today.
And here's one of my favorites: "wake up and smell the coffee." It means to face reality or understand what's really going on. Example, "you've been ignoring your work. You need to wake up and smell the coffee."
Great one. And maybe one more. Coffee break. That's a short rest period at work. Everyone loves a coffee break.
I mean, who doesn't?
Now, once you've got your drink, maybe you sit down with a friend. What kind of small talk can you make in English?
Great question. A cafe is a social place, perfect for casual conversation. You can start with topics like, how's your day going? This place has such a nice vibe. Or, what do you usually order here?
Yes, and if you want to extend the conversation, use follow-up questions. Like, oh, really? Why do you like lattes? Do you come here often? Are you working on something?
That's key. Show interest. And pronunciation note in do you come here often? The words connect. It sounds like, "D'ya come here often?"
Good catch. Connected speech is what makes English sound natural. Let's repeat that one for learners. Do you come here often? Do you come here often?
Okay, cultural moment. In many English-speaking countries, cafe culture is more relaxed than restaurants. You can order, sit for hours, maybe even work on your laptop.
True, but in some places like London or New York, space can be limited, so it's polite not to stay too long during busy hours.
Another tip, when paying, you can tap your card or say, "Can I pay by card?" or "Can I pay in cash?" And if tipping is usual, you might ask, "Can I leave a tip here?"
Yep, in the US, tipping at a cafe is common, around 10 to 15%. In the UK or Australia, it's more optional.
Understanding those small cultural differences will make you sound and act more naturally confident.
Now, what if something goes wrong? Maybe you got the wrong drink.
It happens. The polite way to say that is, "Excuse me, I think there's been a mistake. I ordered a cappuccino, not a latte."
Exactly. Notice the tone. Calm, polite. Never, this is wrong. That would sound rude. English speakers value politeness even when complaining.
Let's repeat that key phrase for our listeners. "Excuse me, I think there's been a mistake. I ordered a cappuccino, not a latte."
You could also say, would you mind checking that for me? Very polite.
Let's practice a short, real cafe conversation, shall we?
Great idea.
Hi there, what can I get you today?
Hi, can I have a medium latte, please?
Sure, for here or to go?
To go, please. Oh, and can you make it with oat milk?
Of course. Anything else?
No, that's all. How much is it?
That'll be $4.50.
Great. Can I pay by card?
Absolutely.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Have a great day. That's a perfect example of a natural cafe interaction. Friendly, polite, efficient.
Try repeating that dialogue aloud, listeners. Remember, the key is rhythm and politeness.
So let's look at the grammar structure behind "can I have?" It's a polite question using can plus subject plus have.
You can also use could I have, which sounds even more polite. Example, could I have 2 lattes, please?
Pronunciation tip. Could I have often sounds like could I have. Can I have sounds like can I have.
Exactly. And don't forget intonation. Questions like, can I have a latte, please? Usually rise slightly at the end.
Perfect explanation. Intonation adds warmth. Good to remember, especially for learners who want to sound friendly.
Let's talk about a few common mistakes learners make at cafes.
Oh, yes. One big one is saying, "I want a coffee." It's not wrong, but it sounds a bit direct. We prefer, "Can I have a coffee?" or "I'd like a coffee."
Another mistake is forgetting to say please and thank you. It's small but very noticeable.
And one pronunciation mistake, some learners say latte like late, but it's actually latte.
Yes, or espresso. There's no X sound. It's espresso, not espresso.
That's a common one. So let's repeat for everyone. Latte is latte. Espresso is espresso.
Okay, let's do a quick recap before we move on.
Good idea. Let's repeat key phrases. Everyone listening, say them with us. Can I have a latte, please? Could you repeat that? For here or to go? Excuse me, I think there's been a mistake.
Do you come here often? And don't forget our idioms, spill the beans, full of beans, and wake up and smell the coffee.
Excellent. Repetition helps memory, so practice these a few times this week.
Now, here's your homework, listeners. Visit a cafe this week, real or imagined, and try ordering in English.
Start small. Even if you only say, "Hi, can I have a coffee, please?" That's progress. Record yourself, listen back, and check your pronunciation.
Yes, and if you don't live in an English-speaking country, you can role play at home. Pretend you're at a cafe with a friend. Practice politeness, rhythm, and pronunciation.
Enthusiastic language learning works best when it's lived, so make English part of your daily routine, even at the cafe.
Okay, Maya, time for listener questions.
Oh, my favorite part. What do we have today?
A listener from Japan asks, can I say I will take a coffee instead of can I have?
Good question. You can say it, but "I'll take" sounds more casual, even a little direct. Use "can I have" for politeness, especially with strangers.
Agreed. And another listener from Brazil asks, what's the difference between to go and take away?
Nice. They mean the same thing. To go is used in American English. Take away is used in British or Australian English.
Excellent. Let's repeat for clarity. American, to go. British, take away.
Let's talk about confidence. Many learners know what to say but hesitate when speaking to real people.
Yes, I always tell my students, it's okay to sound imperfect. You don't need perfect grammar to communicate well.
100%. Focus on clarity and friendliness. Smile, use your tone, and people will respond warmly.
And remember that every cafe visit is a mini language lesson. Every hi, thank you, or could I get helps you grow.
Exactly. Repetition builds fluency, so don't be afraid to practice again and again.
All right, friends, our cafe adventure is coming to an end. We've ordered, chatted, laughed, and learned a lot today.
Let's quickly recap the highlights. We practiced polite ordering phrases, "I'd like," "Can I have?" And we learned idioms like "spill the beans." And we even handled cafe mistakes like pros.
Right. And we looked at pronunciation tips like latte, espresso, and connected speech like, do you come here often?
So next time you're grabbing your favorite drink, try using one or two of today's English expressions. Small, real interactions make your language learning powerful.
Thanks for joining us today on Next Level English. If you enjoyed this episode, follow, share, and leave a review. It helps more learners discover our community.
And remember, growth in English happens one coffee chat at a time. See you next time.
Take care and don't forget to order confidently.